At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. We have ignition sequence start. The engine's now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. We have a launch commit and we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off of now.
This is WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont. 105.9 The Radiator. It's the Rocket Shop. Good evening. I'm your host, Tom Proctor, and with me tonight is Dogs That Know They Are Dogs. Did I get that right?
You nailed it.
Excellent. We're going to talk about your name in just a second, as I'm sure every single person that's ever come to see you play has wanted to talk about that. But first of all, would you mind introducing yourselves and then introducing your first song?
Yeah, I'm Jeff Wilson. I play the mandolin for Dogs That Know Their Dogs.
I'm Andrew Hartnett. I normally play bass, but tonight I'm playing acoustic guitar to fit the setting a little better.
All right, dig it. And what are you playing for us to start off with?
So we're going to play a song that actually Andrew wrote. I guess I'll preemptively say it's going to pop up on an EP we're working on that we're expecting to release soon. Full disclosure, we're kind of mixing up our arrangement of it, so we're a little... This is new to us, as it will be new to you as well. So we're going to give it our best shot and play a tune called Sweet May. Andrew Hartnett wrote that. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jeff.
Seen a typhoon blow the other day on Main Street. Out in the saloon, a girl named Sweet May, my baby. I said her ma and her pa not getting quite along, it's her shame. They always getting on with this pond like the dog in my name. Beetle on its back, below the lightning crack, don't wait. This state lives in a shell of itself and melts down by the railroad track. Your burlap sack, don't wait. Sweet May, there's sugar in your eyes, molasses in the skies, it melts and it flows so slow, it flows so slow. Sheriff Tommy Lee says he don't like me, ain't that something? 10 steps to the line, you better play in time, it's coming. And I was quicker through the draw, I shot that man of law in cold blood. The crowd just looking on, cause no one ever did what I'd done. Beetle on its back, below the lightning crack, don't wait. This state lives in a shell of itself, it melts down by the railroad track. Your burlap sack, don't wait. Sweet May, there's sugar in your eyes, molasses in the skies, it melts and it flows so slow, it flows so slow, it flows so slow. So slow, flow so slow. And flow so slow. So slow, flow so slow, flow so slow.
Sweet May there, why dogs who know they're dogs. So yeah, tell me a little bit about that song. There's some nice
yeah,
poetic
so
imagery in there.
that song's based off like an old Western tale. I'd been listening to a lot of songs written by Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead, and a lot of his songs dealt with a lot of like cowboy themes, stuff like that. And I think it was our sophomore year of college. I was like 19 at the time. And it was one of those songs that just came together in half an hour. And half an hour had all the chords and all the lyrics, and that's just how it's been the whole time. Since then, we've just rearranged it. But it's been like that for like 4 years now. So
So
it's
you
a fun
said,
song.
you said that was kind of a new arrangement, and I always like getting a big heavy world exclusive. Is that what's going to be coming on the EP that you're talking about?
No, we definitely give it a much more slow, groovier feel. We don't really do the bluegrass kind of thing, but we were like, well, it's just the two of us playing acoustic instruments, and it kind of lends itself to the bluegrass country style. So that's why we gave that a shot.
No,
I
really.
think it worked out.
Yeah, I liked it.
I've not heard the other version, but I really enjoyed that. That was
You will.
fantastic.
Thank you very much.
If you could stick it on like as a B side to the EP, I don't know if that really exists, but yeah, that would be.
It probably will now.
Well, let's talk about the name. So the dogs who know they're dogs is great.
Almost
Dogs
Dogs
that know they're dogs.
Yeah.
It sounds like something you would name like a horse in a Kentucky Derby. It's a brilliant name. How did it come about? What's the origin story?
It started off with Jeff and I just playing as a duo, and then our very good friend Jack Separak would play bongos for us, just any sort of rhythm we could find. And we were just playing at like open mics and coffee shop types of things when we were like 18 and 19. And we were playing around so much enough people were asking us, what's your name, what's your name? And so we just sat down one afternoon and brainstormed a bunch of ideas. One of the ideas was Paranoid Kelp, I remember.
Yep.
Another name was The Mimps, I believe.
The Mimps. That was more instruments, more problems. Because we were messing around with a bunch of other musicians.
I like the long form of that name, but maybe not so much the short form.
Yeah, so
We're not good at
anyways.
short things.
Yeah, anyways, that name came about, and whether it was a joke or serious, sometimes it's right there somewhere in the middle, and it stuck, and people liked it, and they remember it. Locally, we're known just as the Dogs, but that band name was taken, but I still like ours.
I dig yours. I think it's fantastic. And there was a little bit of a lore about the name that you guys are like dogs that were injected with something to make you self-aware.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we just kind of play around with the name as much as possible. But I think on the website of one of our friends from Smoking Crater Art, our bio is like that we're genetically altered dogs who were trained to jam out. So yeah,
That's awesome.
We'll keep that one going.
And the rest of the dogs aren't here this evening. I understand that there's more than just the two of you. So who's missing, and what's the kind of? I'm kind of getting a sense of what you sound like, and I've listened to a couple of your Spotify, your SoundCloud songs, and definitely get a good idea of what you guys are meant to sound like. But for people listening, what's the kind of what's the makeup of the band usually like, and what does that, what's your kind of groove?
Yeah, so we're missing Chris Wilson, of no relation to me, although I do consider him like a musical brother. He's on the drums, and then we're missing Mark Del Grosso, who plays guitar, and then our longtime friend Jack, who plays shows when he can at this point, but has been a big part of the Dogs. Jack Separak plays percussive stuff, congos, bongos.
The
Yeah,
congos and the
shakers.
bongos.
And so I think that we play a lot of different genres, which is awesome because we all like a lot of different genres. And so it's kind of sometimes the songs we're writing is whatever we're really digging at the time. And I think that just kind of falls under, we like to improvise. I think there's definitely a heavy folk influence, but then there's some funky stuff going on, some jamming, some heavier elements.
Yeah, I agree. I think all four of us and five of us at the time, talking about Jack as well, came from different musical backgrounds. Jeff really introduced me to bluegrass and folk altogether. I'd come from more of a funk and blues background. Our guitarist is a big fan of like rock and roll, southern rock, country guitaring. And our drummer's a huge metalhead, just loves metal music. And for whatever reason, when we threw those at the wall, a bunch of it stuck. And that's sort of what we got now.
Oh, wonderful. And you were talking about writing music together. You made it sound like there's more than one of you kind of doing the writing and the creating of the songs. Is it you two, or is it like the whole band kind of gets involved?
I think Andrew and I do a lot of lyric writing. I mean, we'll kind of write some songs in their entirety by ourselves, but it's guaranteed to change once you bring it to the full band, and that's what's so awesome because I'm excited to bring a song to the band knowing that some things are going to pop out that I didn't see before. And then at times we just will, in the middle of a jam, of a practice session, just completely take a right turn right then and there and alter the structure of a song, and so that's really great. So it's definitely a collaborative process, yeah.
And the first song, "Sweet May," as you said, Andrew, big inspiration from Grateful Dead and like all the kind of old Western songs. Is that where you tend to be drawing your influences from, kind of just more what you're listening to and other lyrics you're hearing, or is it coming from all sorts of different places? Like creatively, what's your muse, should I say?
I don't want to speak for Jeff, but I know for my songwriting personally, I end up writing a lot of songs based off of what I'm listening to at the moment, and I'll try and maybe I'll be listening to a new aspect of a new genre. I'll be listening to the production or the drums or the lyric writing in a certain thing, For example, recently I really dove into Courtney Barnett, big favorite of mine. I've seen her twice since, and her lyric writing and lyric delivery inspired like 3 new songs I didn't think I could write. And so those sort of moments of like quick change and inspiration will happen, and then I'll write new songs, and then I'll plateau, and then a new inspiration will come around. But how do you feel, Jeff?
Yeah, I definitely what I'm listening to at the time is influencing what I'm writing. I think when it comes to lyrics and like the overall tone of a song, I do draw from experience a lot. I try not to just map out exactly what's going on in my life, but I'll try to take some images or experiences or colors that I'm just that I'm seeing and hearing and feeling at the time, and then kind of match the music, the chord progression or whatever to that feeling. But like the drum beat I'm seeing and the riffs I'm playing are all definitely drawn from other influences.
It was great that you mentioned Courtney Barnett. She's a fantastic storyteller in her songs. Have you got any kind of songs that mirror that kind of style that she has?
I'd say probably "Sweet May" is our best story song,
one, yeah.
because it has characters that are built and fall within a verse, and you have a sense for the setting. I think where Jeff was saying a lot of our things come from personal ideas. I think those ideas can become abstract in a lot of our song delivery. And I'm a journalist and a writer as a academic background, so I appreciate the songwriting and the storytelling a lot. I think if you listen hard enough, you can find the stories in the songs, but a lot of times as a listener, you also build your own story.
Yeah,
That makes some of those fun. So we like to bounce back and forth.
We'll even ask each other questions about like, what does that lyric you wrote mean after listening to it a few years? So I think it's cool that even we might have our own meeting about our own songs as a band, which is cool. You don't want to spell it all out for the folks,
Right, true. Don't want it just to be a personal diary as well.
Yeah.
Keep people guessing. Well, I'd love to hear another one. What have we got
Right.
for us?
Well, this one's called Matthew McConaughey, and so I think this one's definitely drawn from a lot. I don't think we're going to go into where we got that name, but we'll play it.
All right. Well, take it away.
All righty, let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're so hopeless, cigarettes in the rain, put me out and let me down. Standing shirtless, your pale skin keeps me sane. Wish you would tell me the same. Sleep deprived daydreams dance while Haziness seeks my idle mind. Lyrical images fall off the tongue. Maybe this one will stick. And we're so apparent, like freckles in the sun. I hide my face, though I have none. Split decision and falling just the same. Still I deny the evidence. Sleep deprived daydreams dance while haziness seeks my idle mind. And lyrical images fall off the tongue. Maybe this one will stick.
All right. Matthew McConaughey there. That was that one's a lot sadder.
A little sadder, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the tonality of it.
Yeah.
It's a fun song to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it sparks up a little bit. If we can throw some drums and bass in
Yeah,
there. But
yeah. Live, that end section tends to be a longer jam section. It's a lot louder with
Yeah.
the drums. Those fill out a lot. So
I can imagine there's a great crescendo. There's going to be a real crowd pleaser with that one.
yeah,
it's an us pleaser.
yeah. That song swells very nicely, and I think that's my
Yeah.
favorite part of it. Is you almost have this feeling in your chest of when the end of it comes forward.
There's certainly a release to it actually. It's, especially with I don't know, as you're kind of like saying, the way it kind of starts, there's almost an anxiety about the song, and then as it rises, you do feel kind of that ability to kind of let go with the song itself. But yeah,
I hadn't thought of it that way, but I do like that. That's really nice.
it's a great song. Well, let's talk a little bit about the EP. So you alluded earlier on that you're going to have one out soon. So tell me a little bit about the process, how you pick the songs, and yeah, what do you hope for this EP?
Yeah, so like a lot of things that we do, it's kind of on the fly, and we're learning as we go. We are busy boys with other lives, and sometimes it's just like in a group text, do you guys want to do this thing? So we've released SoundCloud tidbits before, live stuff, but really, I mean, towards the end of the winter, we just kind of set our minds on recording an EP. And I had made some really awesome connections up here in the last year. And so I'll name drop Dan Kruglak over at Lilani Studios. We connected and chatted, and we started working with him. So it was really like, I don't want to say a last minute decision, but we're like, well, let's do this thing and let's do it now, because we have some slight time constraints. So we got right in the studio and busted out some tracking, and now we're taking our time a little more. We're able to and analyze, but I kind of liked that we did that. We just got in and got out, and we tracked 5 songs that we're really happy with, and we're still tweaking here and there.
Yeah, I think when it came to choosing the track list for it, I'm pretty sure it went over the span of maybe like 4 group texts and 3 FaceTime calls. And I'm a big believer in working with big paper and Sharpies. And I think we wrote out every song we knew and just big X's through the ones you don't like, and question marks and doodles on the side. And I think through enough of that type of filtering offhand, like Jeff said, on the fly, that tends to be our style. We all 5 of us agreed on all 5 songs, and we just felt like we had it at one point when someone said it out loud like that.
Is there any kind of theme to the songs? Do you see kind of if you stuck it all up on the wall like one of those detective scenes and stuck the red string between them, could you see a pattern?
Well, do we say what the name of the EP is? I think
Nah.
no. Okay. I think the theme is that it's pretty eclectic, pretty colorful, I think. So, I mean, as you heard, like those 2 songs that we just played are both on the EP, and it's a span of 5 songs. And so I think from 1 through 5, you're really kind of whipping back and forth from genres and feelings. But that's kind of what Dogs are all about. So that's the theme, is just going for a ride with us, having some fun, some lower, more thoughtful parts, some really fun jumping around, going nuts parts.
Yeah, I'd like to say I think the track list mirrors our set list choice a little bit. It's Jeff talked about going on the ride, and I think when we planned set list, that's exactly what we're going for, because we have some songs that are acoustic, old folk numbers, and we have some songs that are like raring to go with lead guitar solos, and we have the capability to do both of that, and so I think we have some very dynamic sets. Sometimes we'll play 3-hour sets, and I think in making the track list, we tried to make a dynamic 5-song list, and so you might not find lyric elements that flow between every song, but it should feel like a gradual up and down. I think that's safe to say.
And it was cool. We don't do studio stuff much, so it was really cool taking songs that we really just open up and let loose live and say, how do we want these to sound on a record? And that doesn't mean just completely compressing them down and trimming off the fun jammy parts, but just kind of tailoring it to a record experience as opposed to a live show, which I think are 2 different things. So we were able to have fun in different ways than we normally have fun on stage. And so it's going to be fun to play with, once we have that out, to play with the studio versions and still getting freaky and mixing them up on the stage. So that was really cool.
What's your runtime looking like for the EP? Out of curiosity.
I don't know.
30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, something
like that. I'm just copying you now.
And is this due to be out soon? When can we get our grubby little pause on it?
We're shooting for the end of August. Like we said, we're taking our time with the mixing a little bit. So if it ends up being sometime in September, we're not going to force the mixing process now that we have time, because we want to sound a certain way. But definitely, while it's still hot out, that's a pretty good timeline for it.
Yeah.
we got the record label breathing down our necks. So we're busting our humps. No, just kidding. We are not signed.
But
to
yeah, so
anyone.
keep an eye out for it. We're on all that social media stuff. And we have a lot of fun with the social media. So I think, you'll get a laugh out of at least some of the posts, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff.
You guys aren't just business. It's not just.
No,
Well, it's
barely business.
It's
at
all work, all play, right? It's, I think, all the time.
And finally, Andrew, you just came up to Burlington. You just moved up here a week ago,
Yeah, like 10 days ago, maybe.
10 days ago. So does this mean the whole band's here now, or is it just you two? How's
It's
how's-
just us right now. The other guys are still living in New Hampshire for a while, and then they're moving home. And some boys may come up here for a bit, and some are looking for bigger musical aspirations down in Nashville or going somewhere else. But this band has really become some sort of a brotherhood for us, and we've always said, we'll come back and we'll play shows and we'll do that. And yeah, so for now it's just Jeff and I, and well, we're still writing songs, so keep an eye out for more music.
all right? Sweet. Well, before you go, please plug away all those social media accounts that we should immediately start following.
Yes. You can follow us on Instagram at Dogs That Know Their Dogs.
Yeah, I think there's some underscores in there, but you'll find it.
Yeah, there's not that many self-aware dog accounts out there. Facebook, Dogs That Know Their Dogs.
And that's it. We have a couple-
SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Yeah, we've got some really, really old radio recordings on Bandcamp, I think.
got some YouTube.
We've got some YouTube live stuff at one of our favorite spots, some of our favorite spots like Furies and the Stone Church. And then we're on
Plug the
SoundCloud.
shows.
Yeah, we'll plug some shows too. 2 weeks, Friday the 19th, week and a half. Friday the 19th, we'll be in Connecticut, which is some of our hometowns. We'll be at Bryac, which is one of our favorite bars. So that's in Bridgeport, the Black Rock area of Bridgeport. And then the following day, we will be at a afternoon backyard party, playing for some friends, and then we'll be at the Stone Church in New Hampshire, along the seacoast in Newmarket. So that's a spot that really made us who we are, I think. And so we're really excited to be returning to the Stone Church, and that's Saturday the 20th. And then, later in August we're playing at Furies. On the 24th, August 24th, we'll be at
And
Furies.
that's also in Dover, New Hampshire.
Dover.
We got a few more shows coming up for September, hopefully, but we'll let you know when we know.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we've got about time for about one more song. So what are you going to
Nice.
play us out with?
Yeah, we'll do one more. This one's not on the EP, so that's okay. We're going to mix it up a little bit. But this one we think lends itself pretty well to acoustic. Andrew's looking for a pick. He found a pick. Folks at home, he found it. So this song's called Morals.
Actually, can I tune up real quick?
Yeah,
I
is
was
that okay?
noticing some real added tuners on that last one. So while I'm stalling, we are playing with Plant Fight at the Stone Church on the 20th. They're one of New Hampshire's hottest rising psych rock bands. It's tough to describe them, but they played their first show at my house last year, and it was awesome. And so if you don't come for us, you should go for them and then stay for us, because it's going to be a great time. I'm done stalling. Here we go.
Hey, this has been really awesome. Thanks for having us.
Oh, yeah,
thanks,
Guys, yeah, this has been a blast.
Appreciate it.
You bore the cross that I always thought that I would bear. You set the stage, the play went on so unaware. You're in the audience and I'm the artist now. I'll paint my masterpiece so slowly. And we all just celebrate when we're lonely. Yeah, we all just need a break from our morals. night took our fears away and paid the piper well. You hid your coins away, I only wish that I knew how. The clocks are broken and my shoes are wearing down. Feels like the years are growing longer. And we all just celebrate when we're lonely. Yeah, we all just need a break from our morals. And we all just run away when we feel it. Yeah, we all just gave away all the secrets. Yeah, yeah. And we all just celebrate when we're lonely. I think we all just need a break from our morons. And we all just run away when we feel it. Yeah, we all just gave away all the secrets. Yeah, we all just gave away all the secrets, yeah.
Morals there by Dogs that Know Their Dogs. Thank you so much for coming in. Really
Thanks a lot.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having us. Stick around for Jesse Taylor Band.
Well, there we have it.